Alright, so, for anyone who can actually bear through all of these little short videos that I'm able to post, all these short videos, if anyone's able to bear through them and actually follow them and just know that I'm not going to edit anything. I'm not trying to. Honestly, I really hope no one actually watches them, and that's a truth now. That is a truth I hold to me now. I really hope no one watches them, but I have to get past that because I feel like there is something that I can give to the world. There's a responsibility that I can take on that is so personal, but it's mine. It's not a responsibility given to me. It is mine that I took upon myself, which is which is strong enough to help me face my fears. But the ritual of letting go, taking the form of burial. See, if you live through it and learn, focus, you get better. But as I was saying, I'm not going to try to repeat it again. Um, is important not only for bodies, but for the spirits. And you know what? Yes, and all that it implies, because it is not ambiguous, because it means all that it implies. And if you don't know what it implies, then you need to experience it first. But so, speaking of myself, going back to the little story or whatever, if I remember saying that earlier, I kind of want to tell a story, the story of my life, and how that story relates to what I'm trying to speak of, as far as rituals, specifically the ritual of burying. But there have been there has been loss in my life. There have been people I've known that have died, that have deceased. I'm not going to try to don't tone it down. It is what it is. It's not, and I'm not trying to be cold, but it's something that we need to face. We need to stop trying to soften the blow sometimes. Three. So biggest one, my grandmother. We'll get into a story like that later, hopefully. But I still haven't grieved her. I've just, let's say, just within the past 10 years, I have personally more than a handful of people that I know, the people that I've not just acquaintances, people that are friends, people that I've spent time with, many days with, years with, and they have passed, of all varying ages, and you accepting that they're gone. Acceptance is the beginning. Acceptance is a start, but you can get to the point where you have to accept it again. Acceptance is not the last. It's not the first. It's not the only step. And I mean, I've known that, but it's also part of the grieving process. But I think acceptance is probably, in my belief, not my opinion, but in my belief, acceptance is actually the first step. Like, because the denial and such, I don't think it's really denial. What I think it is it's us not wanting to lose what we have of them. And that's my belief. I'm not saying that that's what it is. To me, that's what it is. But it's not denial. It's not like they're. I mean, yeah, they tell themselves that no, it's not happening. They don't want to believe it. But if we, I mean, we've seen it in art. We've seen. Oh, dang it!